It's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. Hey, you're not Karen Salser. It's Madison Sabo joining us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful to have you in the studio with us, but we are talking Indiana Arts Council this morning and various events. Karen not able to be with us today, but boy, did she send a good pinch hitter. Pretty big build-up, huh?
Yeah.
Now you have to live up to it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
There are a lot of events that go on throughout the course of the year, but summertime is especially busy for the Arts Council. You have all that weather, all the outdoor events that you can get in. Combine that with what's going on indoors, you got a lot to talk about. And it starts with, for instance, music.
Yeah. So these aren't necessarily Arts Council programs, but obviously we support any arts within the community. So Blairsville Community Concert Band performs at Mack Park this Sunday evening at 7 p.m. And then we also have the summer concerts in the park. So that's every Sunday at Memorial Park.
Yeah. What's coming up this weekend?
Looks like Frankie Johnson and Friends.
Oh, okay. There you go. And those are the ones you can bring a lawn chair with you. It's very informal. Sometimes Hot Dog John shows up or somebody else. But pack a picnic lunch and take a blanket. Yeah, a little ice cream. And it starts at 5:30, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
5:30 is when they begin performing there. So and then of course they've got the entire August schedule that runs all the way through the 27th. The Marion Center concert series wraps up for this summer too. They've got the 7 Mile Run is going to be performing in Marion Center tomorrow. They do theirs on Friday evenings in July. So in case of rain, the concert gets held in Park Hall, but they're right there at the park. But that's another of the wonderful outdoor summertime concerts that happen, and folks really get together like that. I know the Arts Council supports all of that.
Yeah. Just a good opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And in addition to music, there is theater to talk about today.
Yeah, so the Indiana Players, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the first 2 weeks in August, we'll be having Cinderella's Glass Slipper.
Mm-hmm. Now that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday performances.
Yes.
They usually do evening performances on Friday and Saturday and a matinee on Sunday.
Correct.
Is that what they're doing this time?
Yeah, 2:30 on Sundays.
Okay, and then 7:30 on the evening times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the Philadelphia Street Playhouse is where that all happens?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. I've got the blurb on that. I think they're coming in next week to talk about it. A fresh adaptation of a well-known story, Cinderella's Glass Slipper, which includes some new characters and they're doing magic.
Oh.
Wow. I bet you the Arts Council has never come on here and talked about magic.
No, I don't think so.
In all of these years, finally we get to talk magic. A little sleight of hand is going to be happening there. Okay, so that's the next 2 weekends, the first 2 weeks in August for the Indiana Players. So we've had music, we get theater, we even get literature to talk about this morning.
Yes. So at Artist Hand, they do Lit Night. So the last Friday of the month, which is July 28th, tomorrow, and August 25th. So people can just go and perform their written pieces. And
Yeah, they do poetry and other things that they may have written. Mm-hmm. And that's a neat concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we might not think of that as traditional arts, but it certainly is.
Right, exactly.
You not only have to write it, you then get to read it and perform it. Yeah. I like that. And you've got all kinds of things coming up then in the fall and beyond that as well. Some upcoming events for the Indiana Arts Council.
Yeah, so for us within the organization, we do a children's concert in the fall. So this year will be our 6th annual. And we basically, for Indiana County, we get 2nd and 3rd graders the opportunity to go see a show at IUP with transportation, and they get to see a performance from students. Okay.
And that's for the children's concert. So that takes place at Fisher, I assume?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. And that's coming up in the fall. So how do folks learn about that?
We typically work with the teachers.
Oh, okay. So you go through the schools
yeah.
so that they have all of the information. And I guess when the kids get back in school, then they'll learn all about that.
Yep.
Yeah. So they've done things like a Carnival of the Animals, the Magic Flute.
Yeah. They try to make it children oriented, but it also gives them the opportunity to see a performance at IUP that they don't typically get to do. So.
Yeah, and there's probably no rap, no rock, no country in it. It's
right. Right.
None of that. They get exposed to something that maybe they haven't been exposed to before, and they get to see it as something fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like last year was an opera, so not many people get to see an opera.
Yeah, so, and I think that's one of the great things about the Indiana Arts Council, particularly as it relates to kids, is it exposes them to types of art, performance art, visual arts, whatever it might be, that they might not have another chance to do, and it might open a few windows or doors for them to see and find an interest in something they probably never would have considered.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Part of that big mission. Speaking of which, I know that you're always looking for new members and volunteers for the Arts Council, and you have your own Facebook page.
Yeah, we have our Facebook page and our website, indianaartscouncil.org.
Mm-hmm. All right, so all of those things are coming up. Of course, there will be many musical festivals and performances to talk about, and the Arts Council is going to be right there for it. Good shape, 7:50 in the morning, 10 away from 8 o'clock. What else, Madison? Anything we need to talk about this morning? You got things coming up for many of the various organizations to which you belong?
Oh, there's always something going on in Indiana, but
yeah. Well, we'll look forward to your next visit with one of them as well.
Yes.
She's Madison Sabo. She's with us here this morning on behalf of the Indiana Arts Council. Karen is actually visiting with another arts organization in another part of the state.
She is.
Now. Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting to know that, those collaborative efforts, because as a member of the Arts Council, you know that when you work together with other groups and organizations with the same common interest, then that can also open up some ideas for what you can do here.
Yeah.
Terrific stuff. All right. Good shape. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
7:50 in the morning. It is 10 away from 8 o'clock, and it's Indiana in the morning here on AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. We're headed toward Fox News. Coming your way at the top of the hour, we will follow that with news from our 1160 WCCS newsroom with Josh Whittison. Jack Benedict will come by with sports. Pirates are off today. The Youth Legion tournament wrapped up the Western Regional yesterday, and then the state tournament begins this weekend. So no baseball to talk about today in terms of what's going to be happening on the fields. They'll be back. But then the Steelers show up in Latrobe today. So some football news, in addition to the traditional talk in the summertime of baseball. 9 away from 8 o'clock, it's AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM.